BMW has just dropped the first video teaser of the new 3 Series, giving us a partial look at the exterior and revealing some important technical details about the next generation. This is genuinely exciting news, and I am going to break it all down for you right now. You are watching Speed Logic. Drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's get into it. The Germans are preparing what can only be described as a revolution for their most iconic model. BMW has officially confirmed that the next generation 3 Series will debut as a fully electric i3, and the world premiere is already locked in for March 18th. Official, confirmed. And this is not the stretched Chinese market version we have seen before. This is an entirely new global car, built from the ground up on the futuristic Neue Klasse architecture. Visually, the designers have moved on from those divisive, giant vertical kidney grills. The new electric sedan gets a wide, unified grille panel that flows seamlessly into the headlights, a direct nod to the 2023 Vision Class concept and clearly visible in the teaser. No surprises there, and honestly, it looks better for it. Inside, the i3's cabin will draw heavily from the new iX, which means the Bavarians are essentially walking away from physical buttons. In their place, a massive 17.9-inch central touchscreen and a panoramic projection system that spans the full width of the windshield, from pillar to pillar. This interior philosophy is set to become the new BMW standard and will roll out across the next generation X5 and the updated 7 Series as well. On the technical side, the sedan will ride on a dedicated electric platform taken directly from the iX3 crossover. Combined with strong aerodynamics, that platform is expected to deliver serious range. At least that is what Munich is promising, and we all know how those promises sometimes play out in the real world. Speaking of the iX3, the i3 will inherit its entire technical package. That means an advanced 800-volt architecture and a lithium battery with a usable capacity of 108 kilowatt-hours. At launch, expect 2 powertrain options, a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup producing 463 horsepower and 645 newton-meters, and a less powerful single-motor rear-wheel drive variant. These are still in the rumor stage, but they align with everything we know about the platform. Now, combustion engine fans, relax. BMW has played this smartly. The traditional 3 Series with gasoline, diesel, and hybrid powertrains is not going away. It will be revealed later this year, wearing a very similar exterior to the i3 to maintain design consistency, but with different proportions to accommodate the engine up front and built on an updated CALR platform. Both versions will run on the production line side by side well into the next decade. Buyers get to choose. That is a sensible, mature approach, and it's worth acknowledging. Production of the electric i3 kicks off in mid-2026, with first cars arriving at European dealerships by the end of the year. March 18th is the date to watch.
Lamborghini never stops surprising the car world, and this time they are preparing something that could genuinely reshape your expectations of what a fast SUV can be. Spy photographers have caught a prototype of the next-generation Lamborghini Urus Performante in the middle of brutal winter testing in northern Europe, and this time there is almost no camouflage, a strong signal that the main development phase is wrapping up. Nobody needs reminding that the Urus is the brand's best-selling model by a wide margin, the car that funds everything else, including the truly insane stuff. Now, the engineers are pushing it to its absolute limit, aiming to lock in dominance in the class for good. Here's where it gets interesting. The current Urus Performante, launched in 2022, runs a classic 4-liter V8 with 666 horsepower. The new version is in a completely different league. The foundation is the Urus SE plug-in hybrid, which already puts out 800 horsepower in standard form. The performance variant takes that further, pairing the familiar twin-turbocharged V8 with a high-performance electric motor. Lamborghini is promising a combined output approaching 1,000 horsepower. That would make this one of the most powerful production SUVs on the planet, a serious claim. A power jump of that scale demands a full rethink of the entire car. The chassis has been recalibrated, the aerodynamics reworked, the electronics upgraded, and the all-wheel drive system redesigned from scratch. That is exactly why the prototype is being hammered across ice, snow, and freezing winds right now, stress testing the battery endurance and the electric motor under full load. If the schedule holds, the official reveal will happen at the end of 2026, with sales beginning in the first half of 2027. Quick question for you. Do you think hybrid tech makes the Urus better, or was the pure V8 version more soulful? Let me know in the comments.
Audi is seriously planning a body-on-frame off-roader. The people in Ingolstadt have apparently had enough of watching Mercedes print money with the G-Class, and they want in. For a brand that has spent its entire history building unibody passenger cars, this sounds like a very long-running April Fool's joke, but it is not. Brand CEO Gernot Dollner has stated publicly, without a hint of irony, that the project for a hardcore ladder-frame SUV is already on the table. First official confirmation. And while the corporate enthusiasm is hard to take entirely at face value, the underlying logic is there, because building a new ladder frame architecture from zero would cost a fortune that even VAG would hesitate to spend. The solution came from somewhere no one expected. The Donor platform will be the ladder frame developed by Scout Motors, the revived American brand, something I have brought up before. The frames from the upcoming Scout Traveler and Terra will form the structural backbone of Audi's new off-road flagship, and the specs sound promising. Ground clearance exceeding 300 millimeters, water fording capability up to 900 millimeters deep, a payload of nearly 900 kilograms, and a towing capacity of 4,500 kilograms. On paper, impressive. The powertrain, though, is where the mood shifts. There is no V8. Petrolheads, take a breath. What is coming is a full battery pack with 2 electric motors, permanent all-wheel drive, hardware-locking front and rear differentials, and 800 horsepower. Based on this, Audi seems to be following the same path as the Mercedes EQG, which for reference did not exactly fly off the shelves. Apparently, the lessons from Stuttgart did not fully sink in, though Audi did draw some conclusions. Hence, a hybrid variant is also confirmed. It will include a gasoline engine, but that engine will not drive the wheels directly. It acts purely as a generator, keeping the battery alive when you're out in the wilderness and the charge runs low. Practical? Perhaps. Reassuring to hardcore off-road buyers? That remains to be seen. All of this is being developed on a timeline of 2 to 3 years under the increasingly fashionable rapid development model. And that, frankly, is what makes me nervous, because the gap between Audi ladder frame SUV with 4 rings and hastily rebadged American truck that panics at the first sign of gravel is narrower than the company might admit. We will find out, but we're going to have to wait a couple of years to know for sure. That is everything for today, friends. Hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe so you never miss an upload, and leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about everything happening in the car world right now? Next video is on its way. See you then.